When students start with me at the school, I always tell them how their brain works, how they learn. I think this is important because they don't understand the science of learning, and I think children of all ages, even the little 6, 7, and 8-year-olds, are fascinated when they learn about the brain, and I think they will be more likely to use the strategies that I teach them if they understand why they work. I always give the students what I call a thinking cap, which is a very basic sketch of the different parts of the brain. We have our frontal lobe, the temporal lobe, the occipital lobe, and the parietal lobe. And I tell them that the brain is about 75% water, so it's very important that they drink enough water every day. It's also important that they get enough sleep and try to not be stressed out, because all of the research says if you're tired, you don't learn efficiently. If you're stressed out, the information just isn't going to get where it needs to be. So I also have this little itty-bitty brain that actually shows a brain stem. And I tell them that in the brain stem is a part of it is called the reticular. And the reticular is kind of like the traffic cop who says when the information comes in, he directs where the information goes. If he has never heard the information before, it just kind of swirls around the brain and it doesn't have a place to land. And within minutes, it just is going to disappear. So what we know about learning is that it's important to associate new learning with old learning. And that's what the reticular does. If you can associate new learning with something that you already know, the brain says, hey, I know something about that, and it automatically sends it to the frontal lobe, which is the brain's executive director, and then the executive director knows where to put it to learn effectively. Have you ever noticed that when your washing machine has broken down or your refrigerator has broken down and you need to buy a new one, you open the paper and look, Sears has washers on sale, Sears has refrigerators on sale, even Lowe's and Home Depot, all of the stores. Well, guess what? Those appliances were on sale last week too, but it wasn't important to you, so you didn't notice it. But that's where the reticular comes in. When it's important to you, you notice things, which means you remember them better. And that's why I tell the kids it's the same thing. One homework strategy or one learning strategy is to review a chapter the night before the teacher is going to introduce it. Because when the teacher introduces it, the brain says, hey, I remember something about this. I remember looking at it last night in a book, and it catches the reticular's attention, and then the brain is able to hold on to that information and give it a landing spot.